At one point or another in your childhood, if you were like me, you definitely picked up a stick and used it as a lightsaber. Or maybe you even do it now as an adult. Or you probably just built your own like I did. And if so, you definitely imagined it to be a certain color, but you may need to hold your breath and grab a seat because we've got to confront the hard truth. There are absolutely no canon explanations for lightsaber colors, with the exception of red and white. I'm daring to go a little further and claim that there's a huge problem if the given Legends material were actually in canon. Let's dive in. Some Legends material, most notably Knights of the Old Republic, gave life to the mysterious lore of lightsaber crystals by categorizing them into certain schools of the Jedi Order: Guardians, Consulars, Sentinels, and those who carried an affinity towards the light and dark natures of the Force. Guardians focused on martial training and combat. Once they chose their kyber crystals, they would turn blue. Consulars carried green lightsabers, and their interest revolved around the overall study of the Force, the living Force, the cosmic Force, and other branches of the Force that I briefly go over in this video linked in the tag. Sentinels sought balance between the other two branches and carried yellow lightsabers. The Sith and other dark Jedi primarily used synthetic red crystals. I know a lot of fans still love these explanations that were in Legends and have bled them over into their own headcanon, but let's take a moment to rationalize why this can't be in the new canon. For starters, kyber crystals naturally do not possess a color. They change color based on the connection to the wielder. I love the canon explanations for red lightsabers and white lightsabers. A red lightsaber uses a kyber crystal that has been bled. The user has to expose the kyber crystal and imbue his or her dark energy into the crystal. Kyber crystals, being strong, somewhat sentient beings in the Force, eventually crumble in the effort, and the dark nature of the user forces the crystal to bleed red. In contrast, a white lightsaber is made by a user who is completely following the will of the Force, someone who serves to be a conduit through which the Force flows through. This individual focuses on purifying the blood crystal and healing all of its deformations. For example, in the novel Ahsoka by E.K. Johnston, Ahsoka hears two kyber crystals calling out to her. In the book's climax, she discovers that the crystals that are calling to her are the ones belonging to the Inquisitor's sixth brother. After defeating him, she takes his crystals and purifies them to their original structure, changing the blade from red to white. There have been some interesting theories about the Darksaber's origins being a purified kyber crystal that has been re-bled, but that has not been confirmed as canon. On to the others. Let's think about what the Jedi Guardians are. This was the branch within the Order that provided first-line defense for the Order and for the Republic. If this classification and the corresponding blue blade were logical, then wouldn't every Jedi General in the Clone War wield a blue lightsaber? And as for the Jedi Battle Master, Singe Rawlig, wouldn't he wield a blue lightsaber as well? Consulars. I really like this branch. They are the scholars who dedicate themselves to studying the Force. They make all the educational holocrons and study the mysteries of the Force. Most notably, they like to solve conflict without having to draw their lightsabers. That said, it's hard to picture this guy, Quinlan Vos, and his green lightsaber as a consular. Going back to Ahsoka Tano in her Padawan days, she doesn't quite fit this school of thought much either. Sentinels are classically Temple Guards, recruiters, and investigators. The Temple Guards carry yellow lightsabers for easy reasons to infer. They all dress in gold and white robes and face coverings. Their identities are meant to be concealed because they forsake individualism for the defense of the Order. Still, there's no canon explanation for a yellow lightsaber, but Plo Koon, who has been known to be a Jedi recruiter, carries a blue lightsaber. And Asajj Ventress? Well, let's just say that defending the Order isn't in her best interest. And as for purple lightsabers goes, hear me clearly on this. No Force user can be equal in the light and the dark. In this case, blue and red do not give you purple. And no, Mace Windu's use of the lightsaber Form 7 does not mean that he's using the dark side. Even though there are no canon explanations for the blue, green, yellow, and purple lightsabers, I really hope Lucasfilm digs deep into the kyber crystal lore. There's so much fertile land for the taking in this area. Even the episode Ninth Jedi from Visions gives its take on the color of lightsaber blades. So what do you think? I know I'm about to get lambasted in the comment section, but feel free to comment your opinion anyway. I'd love to hear from you. I'd really appreciate the like on this video as well. I'm really trying to grow this channel, and I'm absolutely committed to doing so. I've had the best time making these videos. So until next time, take care, God bless, and may the Force be with you, always.